Right, in this video, what to do if you've banged your car but see no physical damage, such as if you banged it, obviously you've hit the bumper, you've hit the front, hit the fairing, obviously you know what's the matter. But yesterday, for example, on this car, this Ford Focus on the right hand side, I went to avoid stuck traffic to refuel my car. I went up a pavement, and I guess the drop was probably about 12-13 inches high, and it's just a little bit too high. Misjudged it for this car, and as I came down slowly off the curb, it banged on something hard, and I felt the bang straight through, very loud noise, like you've kind of crashed the car kind of thing. So it's the weight of more than a quarter of the car coming down on one point. Of course, first thing you should do is stop at a safe place, try and look for anything that is obviously wrong. Go under the car and have a look, peer under. I couldn't find anything. Check your steering to make sure that your steering and brakes are still working. They still were. I could get home. I didn't notice any damage to the steering. It was steering fine. I didn't notice any kind of damage to the brakes. I didn't notice any leaks yesterday. However, that does not conclude what you need to do. You cannot allow this to go on without doing something about it, without doing a thorough check. There could have been some serious damage done, and I could be going along, or you could be going along the road, and you could have an accident. It could be anything. So if you're unsure, take it to your local tyre and replacement place. Tell them what you've done. Ask them to do a check. Say, can you do a check on it, or repair station? Ask them to do a check. Tell them what you've done. Tell them where you've heard it, and see if they can do anything about it. So areas that the bottom could have hit my car, and you need to do this sort of same assessment, is it could have hit anywhere there where the car's jacked up. As the car comes down, the curb is this high. I'm expecting it to hit this area, but I saw no damage underneath where the car's jacked up. It could hit the bottom of the ball joint. Maybe it hit the bottom of the ball joint. I need to double check that. It could hit the bottom of where the undercover tray is. It could hit something and damage something seriously. I could not see it. That's why I must jack up the front of the car and to do a few quick checks, and you must do as well. If you've got the home mechanics equipment in your garage, do that. Do not ignore it. Do not ignore it, because it could be a serious accident that could happen. It could be, or at the least, could be a lot of repair bills to come when you haven't noticed it and more damage is done. So I've not driven the car since. So first thing to do is I'm going to jack up my car. My car, as you know, is normally a slope, so I'm going to chock the wheels, the back wheels, make sure the handbrake's fully parked, make sure the gears are on as I pump it up. I'm going to jack it up at the normal jacking point, double check first if it's damaged or not. Then I'm going to put axle stands in the centre, and I'll show you where I put the axle stands. So here it is. I'm checking the obvious areas. This is where the jacking point of the car is. I do not see clearly if that's where it hit. It could have been, if it's that point there. It does look a bit kind of concrete colour there. Now that I look at it from this perspective, most likely spot is this spot here. I don't see any on the crossbeam. Nothing anywhere else. And obviously one of the wheel jobs is to turn the wheel in and out to see, to either turn it fully to the left or fully to the right, just to check. And I've done that already, and I can't see a thing. So this bit here looks like it did hit the concrete. I might save myself a whole load of work. Now if I look at it now, looks like it's been bent at an angle. Just here it looks like it's been bent inwards. If I compare it to the other side, so it kind of hit the strongest point of the car where it's jacked up, and the concrete was thoroughly scratched when I went back and had a look. See, normally I have a layer of black gunk on it, and that front bit I might do this, maybe it's more obvious, I'm laying it flat. There's a lot more vertical. That bit here, straight vertical, and I have that black gunge on it. But this side, straight vertical, it is bent inwards. I'm just going to put this camera down. Hopefully you can still see. I'm going to get a tool to see if I can scrape some of that concrete off. If it is concrete, it will just come off. Okay. So here it is. That bit there. Kind of difficult to do. I can't really see. It's hard to tell from this angle. Let's jack up the car anyway for a quick check. So I'm going to put it on the normal jacking point, which is further back here, and my jacking point is going to be a bolt I aim for. Normally this bolt here. This bolt here is what I aim for. Usually put a piece of wood and jack that point, and I want to see if there's any extra scrape marks. So one quick way to check your steering is to spin it once you pumped it up. Shake it 3 and 9 o'clock and 12 and 6 o'clock. No shift there, there's no give whatsoever. So time to put the axle underneath. So obvious place to look for is here, where the control arm is. Bottom of the ball joint. If there's any scrapes on the control arm, and the exhaust. None that I can see. Where the sump is. Of course, we're having a look at this one again from this angle. It doesn't look like it's bent that much. Maybe a degree or two. Maybe 1 or 2 degrees. That's one of the strongest points of the car with this subframe here. It bangs straight onto here, probably scraped here. Oh yes, my eyes are, oh yes, I can see the scrape marks. See it? Right at the tip. Some diagonal scrape marks. So it did hit that spot. Alright, okay, I'm pretty satisfied it hit this spot. Now obviously if you weren't sure, it might hit somewhere near the middle. Take off any cover and check there. I've already checked the suspension on this end. So as the wheel rode the curb, went over, the curb is up here, it just went bang straight here. Most likely spot, and it didn't hit further back as well. So, and here, I must be blind here, just here. See where it's gone skewed shape, just here. This is a very strong point in the car. Does it affect the steering? I don't think so. Subframe is here. The steering is attached to the subframe attached to the main part of the body. This bit though, this bit took a beat right here. We can compare this bit to the other side. So this is the bit right in this corner, a strong point corner, right in the subframe here, and it can, and this part here, in my conclusion, can take quarter of the weight of the car dropping down from a few inches and banging it. This pipe right here. Let's check the other side to confirm. So the other side, the equivalent is just here and here. Notice this metal here, where my finger's pointing, this metal here is straight. So hit here and here, and that's that loud bang, and there is a lot of metal right in that spot. So it's, for the places I could hit, it's okay, I hit there. Now other tests you can do if you're not sure, if you don't find something like that, is get someone to turn the steering all the way left or all the way right, to see the functionality of the steering. Is it smooth? And then on its extreme left turn or right turn, give it a little wiggle and watch things like the ball joint, that kind of area. So anyway, the point is, don't ignore, investigate, find out where it hit. If it's like this, it hit somewhere like this, and it's a structural safety point where you jack the car up, you know, I guess it's okay. I can get away with that. I lived through that one. It didn't do too much damage, just superficial damage, nothing to the steering the way it would steer or handle. That's what I'm looking for. And obviously anything like brake lines that got damaged or the exhaust that got damaged, anything like that would be catastrophe. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't ignore it. Find out what's going on, and obviously when you go to lower the car, make sure you have a good look underneath and in front of your car and behind. Make sure you haven't left anything like a jack stand or anything like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Good luck. Thanks for watching. Of course, don't forget to put some Unde Seal on your car. Hammerite Unde Seal I use, using added wax oil. You've been using this stuff for many years. Definitely worth covering that up. Don't let the rust get to it.